Yeah. What is going on, everybody? Where did everybody go? Why did everybody
disappeared?
go off?
I'm muting mine because the stream's about to start and I don't want the mic to pick it up. Hold on.
The stream has started already. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Park Hoppin'. That was the worst intro we have ever had. So
the stream has started already.
Yeah, it's already started. Park Hoppin', that was the worst intro we have ever.
Yep,
and somebody left it on. I don't know what's going on.
That was you. That was you. Everyone else had their mic muted except for you.
That's exactly why I muted myself. Exactly.
Bingo.
There we go. Some shiny. What's up with the no cameras? What's up with the no cameras? 25.
Right, I'm here.
Hit the fast pass button for me, please.
Yes.
Yes. Mikey says drunk is an amazing human being. Wow.
Right out of the gate.
Aww.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. We have some breaking news. This is not our normal live stream, but we have some breaking news about California Disneyland
and Universal.
Cali getting it done.
And Universal, I didn't even know that one.
Oh yeah, so Universal, just a real quick hilariousness. Universal City Walk made an announcement this morning on the Hollywood side, the California side, and said, surprise, we're opening at 12 o'clock. Then they are open from 12 to 8 p.m. today. They didn't tell anybody they were opening.
Welcome the boss of this operation.
Oh, boss is here.
What up? What up?
And they opened last minute and surprised everyone. So Universal Studios Hollywood City Walk is open. Same rules, mask, all that stuff. So nothing changed there. But yeah, it was pretty funny.
You guys were all on camera until Jeremy shows up, and now you're all off camera. I don't know why that's happening. But before we get into the main,
it was just me. All right, so here you go.
I thought Tug was on camera.
Nope.
This is awesome. The Park Hoppin' merchandise is available on the geeklygamer.com website. So while you're at the website, why not go and make a profile while you're there so you can participate in the forums that give us information. There are Park Hoppin' forums there that you can write and say, hey, what about this? What about that? And let us know what's going on. This is a good way to interact with us as the Park Hoppin' team in those forums. So just make a profile. That won't cost you anything. And I look at that. Everyone's buying a shirt. Buying a shirt.
It's really easy to do. Really easy to do. I made mine.
Yeah. Tugs has been the cheerleader behind all this. So she's
I'm just waiting on my onesie.
They have a lot of things there.
Stephanie made the cancel Jeremy topic yesterday.
Cancel Jeremy topic.
Funny thing, ears are on the way. I mean, I have mine here, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, mine are here too.
I was told, and I wasn't even informed that there could be a shipment coming, and the boss didn't even tell me. Wow. I had to hear it from a third party. I was like,
I have no idea what's going on around here anymore. So
he said it came.
The inmates are running the asylum.
Pretty much.
It came from you. I was like, Jeremy said that? Wow, that's interesting.
I probably did. Who knows? So,
you want an autograph shirt? Whose autograph would you like?
If you meet us, if we do a meetup, then absolutely, and you guys are wearing your shirts, we will for sure sign them if you want.
Maybe.
No, we're going to sign them. We'll do it.
I just made a video for the main channel talking about the Splash Mountain stuff, and I gave Park Hoppin' a shout out. So
I can't even believe that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I am working on that now. So I'm going off camera, but I'm here.
No problem.
So.
Okay, see, I won't be the only one. This works because now we have a balance. No, Lee, come back.
Interesting. So today, if you guys didn't know, are you okay there?
No.
Sorry, we're excited.
We're very excited.
Very. All right.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Here's your warning.
I'll probably get an email later saying, "Don't let these people back on."
Great.
So we got a letter from the president, or he's not the president anymore. Josh Morrow.
Things in our chat right now. Sorry.
Yeah, my best friend, my buddy that I hung out with that I didn't know who he was for an hour. That video's up on the channel. But he came out and he just said these are the proposed dates that it looks like you're gonna open. I did ask Justin and Tugs and Lee, who's got the things on.
Yay, amazing.
Yeah, because I have never been to Disneyland. I have never been to their downtown Disney district. I have never been to California Adventure Park. And I don't even know how that process would be different than what we saw at Disney Springs and what's happening in Walt Disney World. So right here, it says they have a proposed plan, which is the same kind of proposal that they did for the Orlando parks, which is July 9th, the downtown Disney district. What is the downtown Disney district?
It's Disney Springs. So it's the same thing. It's restaurants and shops. We have our own sports restaurant there that I think just closed. I can't remember the name of it. It's like ESPN.
And where is it even located at?
It's located right in front of the park. So you have downtown Disney. You walk through downtown Disney to get to the entrance to Disneyland. If you go to the left, once you hit the end of downtown Disney, it's Disneyland. If you go to the right, it's California Adventure. It has its own parking, or you can park at the park's parking garage and take the bus over or the tram over. But it's all right. It's literally all right there. You don't have to take
it as big as Disney Springs or Orlando?
No, nowhere near as big as. Let me see if I can find a map of it.
Okay, so before you do that,
it's equivalent. It's like their same nightlife, restaurant life, shops.
Have you been there, Lee?
Yes.
Okay, so that you don't need a ticket to get in or anything like that. Now, they are looking to open California Adventure Park almost a week before they open Disneyland Park and Disney. Okay, so those are the things. See, I don't even have to get the names right.
Because you've never been to Disneyland, so
yeah,
So Disneyland is a lot more convenient to get to the different places. Like you're in like the center, you can go one way to get to California Adventure, one way to get to Disneyland.
It's a lot like Universal Orlando in terms of the structure and the layout.
Bingo. They're right across the walkway from each other. You don't got to take a bus to go to one of their places or wait in line for the monorail or take a boat. You just walk across the street.
I think it's even closer than the Universal parks are together. Or are they relatively the same? It's been a long time since I've been there.
It's been a long time since I was at Universal.
The parks are closer. The two parks are definitely closer.
They're like less than a football field away, or maybe like a football field and a half.
The other park,
Literally throw a rock and you can hit the next park. It's literally that close.
It's interesting how Florida, like people that are there, like if Disney World is your home park and you go to Disneyland after never experiencing it, you're so critical of it. But then people that California was their home park, they go to Orlando, and of course it's so much bigger and it's so much more grandiose. But people that are from California, they're like, I like the small hometown feel of Disneyland.
Yeah,
it's different. It's much different than Disney World.
I think that hometown feel also kind of corresponds with the fact that Walt Disney was there himself, and I think that sort of hometown feel is what they're talking about. They're talking about 1955. Disneyland is your land. It's the only theme park that he ever stepped into. So that has a lot of historical significance to it.
Yep.
So a lot easier to park hop at Disneyland. See what I did there?
It is.
So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So you have Disneyland Drive, which is the main street. You have your parking garages, hotels, Paradise Pier is right here. Grand California is over here. But what you do is this is all downtown Disney. So you literally walk through here. The trams drop off here. And then this area right here, that's the in-between Disneyland and California Adventure. So it's this wide space right here, the hub. This way is Disneyland. Over here you see Pirates of the Caribbean, Frontierland, Tom Sawyer Island. And this way is California Adventure. It's literally right there. So you don't have to...
Tugs, where on that map is the parking garage? Because I feel like last time I was there, I came down an escalator from the parking garage. And right there in the hub.
There's one here. And then there are a couple. There's one over. Wait, where is it? I'm trying to figure it out. It's so weird. There's one. Where is? Oh, they're building this one. That's the new one that's being built.
Okay, real quick. I just want to give a shout out to Nate stopping by the live stream. Thank you, Nate, for popping by.
Hey.
Disney World is my home park.
And thank you for watching the video that I uploaded for Park Hoppin earlier today. Thank you.
Yeah, Disney World is my home park, but I like Disneyland way better.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Well, I will say, Pirates is better.
Way better at Disneyland.
Better. I got in a famous argument with that Star Wars girl over the fact that I told her Dinosaur was going to be better than Indiana Jones. It's basically the same ride card.
Right, yeah.
And I love Dinosaur. I'm one of the 5 people that'll tell you I love that movie.
No. I'm one of those 5 people.
I like that movie too.
Yeah. No, it just seems like most people
three
like
of the 5 people who like Dinosaur on this panel.
Yeah.
Here's
hang on. Then we rode Indiana Jones, and Indiana Jones is better. It's a lot better. It's a lot better.
Here's the thing, though. Jeremy, when was the last time you were on Indiana Jones?
Well, I've only been to Disneyland recently I went for the first time just a few years ago. So, so I'm not. I'm a late bloomer, just like Jay will be when we get him to go out there. I haven't been to Disneyland many times.
So
was your first time at Disneyland was not, when we met for the first time, was it?
No. So it was right before, a few months prior.
A few months prior? Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Did you go to Radiator Springs?
I did. It was fantastic.
That makes it right there. That is an incredible thing to see.
But Jeremy, the Indiana Jones you rode is actually lame compared to what the Indiana Jones used to be.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. They've taken things out and they've adjusted it, and I still love it. It's my favorite ride over there. But I rode it in the 90s when it used to be faster, for one. The part where you go over the bridge and the fire comes out and you stop over the bridge, that bridge used to tilt you almost on 2 wheels.
Yeah, that's right.
And it doesn't do that anymore. They took all that out. I don't know why. I think it's because the ride is so old, but yeah, it's sad.
They put a lot of effects down on the Indiana Jones ride, but it's still Indiana Jones.
I know, it's so good. I love it.
Yeah. All right. So going back, and Steph, thank you for modding in the chat, but it smashed the fast pass button in this live stream, just so you know. But that's okay.
Also,
we're all learning. We're all learning together, and we're doing our best. Now, what makes July 17th so significant that they're opening on that day? That is the anniversary.
Yes, 65 years.
Hold on. What did you say, Tugs?
65 years.
Yeah, 65-year anniversary. And so I think I guess that was their big push to get that open on the 17th. And then, of course, which is interesting because the Grand California Hotel and Spa and Paradise Pier Hotel will be opening on the 23rd. Now, why is that so significant that they would advertise hotels opening on the 23rd, a week after the park? Are they just...
They're relying, honestly, I believe they're relying on annual pass and local people. Because there are our side of the world, pretty much the entire state of California has annual passes, and LA is so huge that they're advertising for those people first, and like people like me who live in Vegas who are just a few hours away and can easily drive down there and do a day trip and come back. July 23rd, the 2 hotels that are opening on July 23rd as well are your more pricey hotels too.
What is Paradise Pier though?
Paradise
theme hotel.
Yeah, it's a theme. So Paradise Pier on the Disney California Adventure side, as you go through, you cut through the Disneyland California Adventure side, you go over this bridge over the water, and you come down it, and in the back, it's this old style pier with arcade games. You can win stuffed animals, that kind of a thing, and that it was called Paradise Pier. So that hotel is themed after the pier.
It's got carnival feel to it, right?
Carnival, yeah, that's the word I was going for. Carnival. Yeah. It's got a carnival feel to it. And they just really, they just renovated it to Pixar Pier, so I don't know if they're going to end up changing the hotel at some point to match, but now it's a Pixar theme. But it's a carnival sort of pier. Yeah. And then the Grand Californian is, it connects to California Adventure directly. Hotel guests have their own entrance into California Adventure, and it's really cool. It's like a log cabin. It looks like a log cabin. It's really beautiful, and that's the high end hotel.
All right, so here's what's gonna happen. Thank you for that. So here's what's gonna happen. It looks like they're not selling any tickets, so this is just gonna be. I guess their opening will just cater to the annual pass holders that already have annual passes.
Annual pass.
Well, wait a minute. Did the opening get approved, or are these just proposed plans?
These are the same proposed that went through Florida. It's basically the same type of procedures that are going through Florida. Go ahead, Tugs. You were saying?
No, it hasn't been approved by the governor. They're just proposed. They are not. So Disney World did the same thing where they canceled. They turned off ticket sales. They turned off new hotel bookings. So basically what they're doing is, and Disney World did this too, is if you have existing tickets, if you have an annual pass, if you have an existing hotel reservation, you are going to be notified. I got my email that said I have a valid ticket because I have an annual pass from Disney World. So Disneyland is going to do the same thing. It's going to take them some time. They're just shutting everything off right now so that they don't have a bunch of new, because they know that now that they've announced this, a bunch of people are going to scramble to try and buy tickets and get their reservations in. So they turned it all off so that they can organize. So if you already have tickets, if you already have your trip booked and you didn't cancel it, expect an email, expect a phone call, just like Disney World did.
But what's crazy is the hotel situation. Like people that are like, where are they going to stay? You know, it's like that's the weird thing that even here in Orlando, that things are kind of well, I mean, at least here in phase 2, there's hotels and things that are opening. Obviously, when Tugs visited, she stayed in a hotel, so there was a place for her to stay. But in California, a lot of things are pushing back. Now, the interesting thing that is, like I said earlier before we started, does this mean like Star Wars Celebration and all those other conventions now, are they going to be
happening
going forward? Because everything usually, I don't know about California, but Florida, we've said this a million times, a lot of things just follow Disney. So if Disney's open, but I actually Disney is the last one to open out of the theme parks.
I was just going to say they're behind.
They're behind.
That's surprising to me that they were the last ones to open. It's just that what Jeremy was saying last time he was on the live was that how complex the situation for Disney. Now, we saw the openings of Legoland and Universal and Disney Springs firsthand and how they're dealing with small crowds. Universal was so empty, we could have done anything. When Lee went again on a Sunday, now Saturdays and Sundays are the most crowded days. He went on Sunday and he just said, he literally went to one of the most popular restaurants in the middle of the day, and it was him and another group, which is shocking to me at Universal Studios. So there's nobody there. So it's telling me that people are just not visiting. Like, you know, there's so much other stuff going on. Yeah. People loss of jobs, not experiencing that, like getting their money's worth, things like that. So they're not coming to the parks. So. You know, so how will Disneyland be any different, do you think?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I was expecting Universal's opening crowd to be a lot bigger. I really was. I didn't think it was going to be
packed. Me too. I thought it was going to be packed.
But I thought it was going to be more people there than what we saw.
Recap for a second. So opening day was the Friday.
Yeah, the 5th.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were there on the Friday opening day, and then I went back on Sunday, even a couple days after the grand opening day, and it was less crowded on a Sunday than when we were there on opening day on the Friday. Yeah. So are people just staying away? Like they're still?
I don't know. There's still a lot of people.
Let me bring one point up. And again, I was kind of checked out, but I heard you asking like for when Disneyland reopens back up, how is that going to be different from Orlando? Is that kind of what you were saying?
Yeah, like will we see the same?
Yeah, well, the thing about Disneyland, and I'm sure Tugs and Justin and everybody could talk more to it, but they're more, they have a lot more annual pass people, a lot more local people. Whereas Disney World relies on international tourism and tourism from all around the country. So Disneyland does have a ton of annual pass holders. Now, I don't know, have we talked about are they doing any structure as to how annual pass holders can come back in? Have they mentioned that?
Oh, go ahead, Tug. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. They haven't mentioned it other than saying that annual pass holders are going to have reservation dibs, which is the same as Disney World. But I don't know if they're going to be, since they don't have hotels now, I don't know if they're going to be prioritized over everybody. But Jeremy's right. We have way more annual pass holders than Florida does. California's Disney is nothing but local Disney California people, and those of us coming in from Vegas. It's very rare that you see international people. If you do, they're usually from the Asian countries, which are just across the ocean.
But still, those flights are expensive.
They are,
They're
but
so expensive.
They don't have as much international travel as you guys do. So ours are going to be. It's going to be the whole state of California clamoring to get out, and especially with how strict Newsom has been with these get approved. California is going to be literally clamoring to get out of the house. They just are, because they've been on severe lockdown for so long because Newsom just has been that way. It would just be like opening Disneyland in New York. It would be the same. It's going to be the same thing.
But I thought the same thing for Legoland, because Legoland is fueled by local annual pass holders, and it was empty. I thought the same thing for Universal Studios. I was like, it's going to be packed. And the first 5 minutes, people were posting pictures of a million people were there. Even our friends that worked there, they said the first hour it was packed, and then everybody left. I don't know why they did. Maybe they just came to see what was it about, and then they left. They actually had road barriers the first hour, and everybody left. Like the guy who works there, he was just like, everybody left. I don't know why they left. They just left. And then it never carried over. And I'm thinking the same thing. It's like people were cooped up, especially Legoland. We went Legoland 2 days, and the second day was emptier than.
Yeah.
I mean, it did rain. I mean, I give you that, but still, it was just it just seemed like nobody.
Yep.
It's like they're not ready. It was interesting. It was like they're not ready. And then to see it as empty as it was on Sunday, that was shocking. Like I thought the weekend was going to be crammed. I thought they opened up to annual pass holders, then they opened up to the general public for people with annual pass holders, and geez, and it just dwindled and dwindled and dwindled.
Yeah.
So I don't know if people just don't want to wear masks on the rides. I don't know what
people are definitely letting other people put their toe in the water first before they
that's
bring all their families and kids and everybody back to the parks. But I enjoyed it. It was great just walking on all my favorite rides. I'm not complaining.
I heard that.
No, it was awesome. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's weird because we're in the month of June, July, August. Parks are slammed almost every day of the week. And so what is that going to look like when Disney opens in July? Is it going to be the same thing? I mean, it's basically based on annual pass and reservation based. And so there you have it. Now that Disneyland is going to be opening, it seems like they're trying to rush it to get it open for the anniversary, which is cool. But then again, what are they going to do? What are they going to do for their big opening? There's no fireworks. There's no parades. There's no, it was weird. I don't know if anyone saw our video. I know Jeremy did, and Tugs and Lee was there. But to get a photo with Shrek at Universal, they put Shrek up and Fiona up on a balcony, kind of. And then you had to stand 6 feet away from them.
Yeah.
Just to get your own.
This is why Star Wars Celebration won't work.
It's not gonna. Yeah,
I'm not paying again. I'm not even gonna pay $100 to stand 6 feet away from Mark Hamill.
Well, let me get this.
No, thank you.
Wave at a distance.
Let me get a super chat. Thank you. I love this. I love this.
I love it too.
You didn't see him last time.
All right, Justin, you get to read it because I know you're a huge Back to the Future fan.
Michael J. Cox says, haven't been to Walt Disney World, but the Matterhorn is dope.
I've never ridden the Matterhorn. It was either broken every time I went, or the line was too long.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
I'll tell you what it is. It's if you ever seen pictures of Disneyland, there's a snowy mountain in the middle of the park. That is Mount Matterhorn. And it's one of the oldest rides in the park, which is fabulous. So if you're there for nostalgia, please. And the ride itself is fine. However, they redid the bobsleds. And me, as a 5'2" tiny person who has wide hips, barely fits in these bobsleds. They hurt so bad. You go sliding down the freaking thing. You get slammed around. They're awful. I hate that ride. I absolutely hate it.
Get her, Lee. Get her, Lee.
Never.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I do not like these cars. I want to speak to the manager here at Disneyland. I do not fit.
I can't fit with that ride.
I want a refund in my annual pass.
It hurts so bad. And I'm a little person. I don't know how anybody who's any bigger than me in any way, shape, or form rides that ride. I really don't.
Justin's turn.
I don't approve of these coasters harming my hips. It's very problematic. Thank you very much. I'm going to be writing a letter of frustration.
And let me tell you people something. My hips don't lie. They do not lie.
No.
And they do not fit either.
Nobody's fits. Nothing fits. It's all so cramped in there. I can't even do it.
Man.
I don't know what happened.
Don't look at me. No.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna make Jay sit on it, and he'll see. He'll understand.
I'm not sure what.
It's part of the conversation because I was trying to get my glasses. I'll just have these by here whenever the glasses come.
Did you like it? Are you comfortable, Lee, though?
Extremely.
Really? Oh God, I can't.
I feel fine.
Oh my God, no. See, in the chat, I have to agree with Tugs. It's a rough ride. Thank you. I can't deal. Now
all right, so the other thing that is
maybe you got in the wrong car. I don't know.
Maybe I do. I don't know.
If Disneyland experienced a lot more annual pass holders, they could possibly be the first theme park that we see that will reach the minimum capacity that these new standards. Now, when I was driving to Universal, and this is the only thing I compare it to, I was nervous because, again, all we saw on Twitter were people's like, look how many people are here. And I'm like, man, maybe they won't let us in. That wasn't the case. They weren't even close to capacity. And I just wonder how that is affecting their financials or different things like that.
Here's the thing, though, too, which if you're new to the Disney World, which I think a lot of our peoples here are, if you're new to the Disney World, you will very quickly learn how passionate, and that's the word I'm going for, Disney people are. Universal fans, they love Universal. They're dedicated to Universal, but they are not dedicated, capital letters, to Universal. Disney people are absolutely nuts. I love them, but they're a special breed. And they are so loyal that they will be the first to get there come hell or high water. I would not be surprised if Disney World too, either of the Disney parks, reaches capacity the very first day. It would not surprise me, even if it's just for a few hours.
I don't know. I'm gonna take the leader and say they're not gonna go. Real quick, as we hit the halfway mark, it is time. I have to plug the website or I will be fired. So right here, you see the park hopping shirts that are now available at the DeeksandGamers.com. I have to shush them because they keep interrupting.
Did you just shush a woman?
He did. You hear this? What the heck? Cancel drunk review.
How dare you shush a woman?
How dare you?
You do not ever.
Jeremy, I'm trying to plug the website and they won't.
All right, I'm sorry.
Anyway, so
I'm sorry.
while you're there, I'm the only one on camera now. Thanks. While you're there, you can check out.
Aww.
Go to geeksandgamers.com. Our merchandise is there. Sign up, create a profile, interact with us in the forums. We'd love to see you there. That's where you're going to get the best and most contact with us and talking about theme park things as well. So please, thank you, Steph, for putting the website down below. You won't be sorry. Head on over there, and there'll also be a chance for exclusive content. And pretty soon, we're going to have a calendar up. We're trying to work that out later on when we will be at specific parks. So if you're like, hey, we're going to be traveling in the town, we would like to meet up with you guys, you'll know exactly where and when, what park we're going to be at. So head on over there.
What he's done. That photo I posted is just a very small smidge of what that website offers for merchandise, you guys. There's tank tops, there's a blanket, there's an art print you can hang on your wall. And then maybe if you bring it with you, we'll sign it. I'm just saying. There's all kinds of stuff that you can buy. Okay? I recommend
yeah, exactly. Now, lastly, this here, and then we can have, for the second half of the show. This is from Josh DeMauro. He is now the chairman of Disney Parks. He was the president of Walt Disney World in Orlando, but I guess he got a promotion.
Correct.
So they moved him around. So he talks about this as well with the announcement. He talks about how they have reopened Shanghai Disney, Disney Springs, Disney stores, set for Walt Disney World, Disneyland Resorts. And now they make this announcement that he's really looking forward to this and letting us know that it was difficult fighting this virus. But he has a great source of optimism for there. I think this guy could actually, I think he could take over Bob Chapek's job.
Let me tell you.
If you want my honest opinion, so he was there at Disney Springs at the opening, taking pictures with everyone and being around. Unfortunately, the time I showed up, he had left, but I already hung out with him. For an hour, and so yes, Tugs.
There has been several presidents of Disney over the years, and there has not been one that has been so universally loved as Josh DeMauro. So
yeah, absolutely. I will agree with that.
Over him.
I wouldn't put him in charge of the movies because he's been in charge of the theme parks and he does his job so well. So I mean, it's a whole different ball game when you're talking about the movies. So, and Bob Iger has been very.
That's a whole nother channel to go to. Anyway,
well, what?
Hey, I'm gonna bounce. I want to get this video ready that I'm gonna upload on the channel for Splash Mountain and Park Hoppin. So yeah, great job. I really liked when Justin and Lee did the imitation of Tugs. That was really good stuff. So that was good stuff.
I haven't spoken to the manager, but I'll let you know.
So I'm not getting fired after this show.
Not yet. You bought a couple more days. So
you have a couple more days. I'm on the fence here.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't officially hired Justin, so I don't know what he's doing here. Anyway, so.
Oh.
All right, I'll see all of you later on Mario Kart. Bye.
Bye. Anyway.
Oh, dang it. Whatever.
Oh, Laura story. That's not a topic for this channel, but you just wait.
Yeah, so the Splash Mountain will be covered on the main Geeks and Gamers channel that's being uploaded now. So Jeremy took care of that. That is his specialty. So
I can hear him ranting.
Yeah, that's where we're at on that one. So Laura actually brings up a good point. It says Disneyland in June with face masks. Yes, that was the big issue, at least for me. It did get hot with that face mask on, and they did have I didn't visit one, but they had places you could go to take your face mask off, other than like eating.
Where?
Unfortunately, it's right next to the smoking section. So
yeah.
Oh, good. Good.
And you take your mask off to inhale the secondhand smoke.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
We got lucky because of that tropical storm. A lot of it was under cloud cover, so it wasn't awful, but when the sun came out, it got rough. I bought like 3 butter beers because I could use that as an excuse to take my mask off because it was rough those few hours that the sun came out. It was pretty bad.
Yeah. Now
you had
Justin,
lots and lots of butter beer.
Yeah. Now, Justin, you for your job, you have to wear one all day as well, correct?
You have to wear one of these all day. Yeah. It's absolute nonsense. And it's very uncomfortable. I wish I had a mask that I could just wear very comfortably that I had bought, but I haven't bought one yet. I haven't decided on one. I haven't decided on a specific design. It's got to go in the wash it's like another piece of laundry at this point.
So I don't know if anybody has any stories on that, but I've tried to buy them and they're all like not available for another month.
Yeah, a lot of them aren't, especially if you're trying to go to a theme park. And there's another thing that I want to bring up, but there is a super chat.
Yeah, Porkins, thank you for the $2 super chat.
Thank you, Porkins.
We're here. Yes, everyone give them a what are we gonna do for that now?
Cover me, Porkins.
We need to get like what song should I get from a theme park to play when people like for the little like clips, for super chat. I'll let y'all pick it and I'll download it and have it ready. But thank you. Just bought a shirt. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for that. It's pretty awesome.
We'll think of that, Jay.
Yeah, we'll think about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty funny. Alyssa Milano's crochet mask.
I would let her in with it. Okay, hold on. So my flight, you have to wear masks on the airlines now, mandatory, right? So I flew Frontier. And the announcer lady was like reporting these groups. Please remember you have to have a mask, blah, 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 blah. If you don't have a mask, if you have a T-shirt that you can use to cover your face, that would work.
Like how does like a T-shirt? Like
yeah, if you could pull your shirt up to cover your mouth, or if you have one that you could pull like out of your carry-on bag and you could wear it like quote unquote as a mask, like your bandana sits, they would have taken that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my hat with ears.
The hat, Laura Story. Yeah, with the ears, the bunny rabbit ears. It's so cute.
These are going to be available on the website real soon. But we as a team, me and Tugs and Lee, and eventually we're going to pick I'm gonna pick somebody and send them a.
What the hell?
You want one? I got you a pair. I literally got you a pair, Justin, but I don't think would you wear them?
Yes.
Yes.
I got you a pair.
Absolutely.
I have one for the whole team. I'm sending one to Krista. I got one, and I got one for the whole team. So
okay.
But once we pick a winner, someone that would wear it, like is I don't know, my dude that like if Nate was here, he wanted one, I'd make sure he gets one. That'd be awesome for him to wear. If oh my gosh, I was trying to find
one with the beanie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if Eat the Magic would wear them.
To cover the beat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was looking for Eat the Magic's. Like if you wanted to rock a pair, that'd be kind of cool. Laura thinks, is your head big enough? Yeah, they'll fit. If it fits my head's bigger than Justin's, trust me.
They fit Jay fine, yeah.
So we're good.
They are, I will say they're a little heavy. So if you don't like the heaviness on your head as somebody who's little, they're a little heavy.
It's just for me, it's just like right here, but I can move it around.
Hey, there's Eat the Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a mask.
We're working on that. We're working on that too. And but like that's the big breaking news. Is do you think yeah, way to go, Jay. Cough in the mic.
That's gross.
I just wondering, like I agree with Tugs completely that Disney fans definitely outshine Universal fans. And but we'll see. So far, I'm 0 for 2 as far as parks being packed. SeaWorld opens up.
I'm excited.
SeaWorld opens up Thursday.
Yep.
Right?
Tomorrow. Yep.
Tugs will actually be back in town Friday. And I think we're going to Universal Saturday.
Heck yeah. We might try if we can get into SeaWorld. Like, it's not a rush, but if we can get into
and then we might go to SeaWorld on Sunday. Maybe. I don't know. We got to work it out with Lee and how me and Lee were thinking about going back to Universal tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, I forgot to get back to you on that. I'm in if you want to go.
Oh, the weather's been really bad here.
When are you going, Tugs?
I land Friday night.
Well, see, she booked a lot of trips because her flights from Vegas to Orlando are like $10 or $12. So she's just like, let's just take advantage of it right now.
I'm back.
And then we also have a great get together with Subhuman, Culture Casino, Tugs, myself. Lee's also invited with his family if he wants to come. And on July 22nd,
21st, 20th,
all of us are meeting at Animal Kingdom, and we're going out to Tiffin's restaurant. So like that's it's cool. So like we also had a meet and greet with Chris. He's also in the chat as well at Universal. The last day we were here, Chris, who's in the chat, I don't want to say his full name, but he was there, and we had dinner at the Bubblegum Shrimp Factory, and it was pretty. Oh, there he is, right there.
There he is.
There's Chris.
Oh,
and he
yeah,
gives us the chat. Look at that.
Boom.
I will let you know about the Aquatica since the family has passes. Now, I also have a pass, and I think Lee has a pass to that as well because it's included with your Legoland pass. If it's the same Aquatica I'm thinking of. So maybe that's something that we will do when Tug's here, because it also has the heart of Orlando, or the eye of Orlando. It's a
Orlando
giant
eye,
thing.
Oh, that'd be fun. I'm so down for that.
So
Madame
all that stuff
Tussauds
is included in the Legoland annual pass. So those things are happening. Chris, thank you so much for the $5. It was awesome hanging out with your family at Universal Studios, and we plan on making it, since you live in the area, more frequent at that. So, what's up, my friend? It's always good having you here, brother. Always good having you. But yeah, so the breaking news. So for those, if there's anyone here that's in California, if you had an annual pass, would you go to Disney on opening day? How about the panel?
Oh, heck yeah. Well, yeah.
I would go.
If I
want to get out of the house.
If I could get in, I would. But there's no guarantee that you're going to get in either, because it's going to be crazy.
Well, that's what we're going to try to plan.
Yep.
Because what you guys are going to see in July is Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers is going to be here for the opening of Magic Kingdom on July 11th, correct? That's July 11th.
Oh, there is a rumor. Now that you brought that up, there is a rumor, by the way, so we need to decide which park. Or if we want to split it, do one park one day, the other, another park, the second day, if we can. They're not allowing park hopping passes.
Yeah, that was my next. Exactly. Thank you for bringing that up. That was my next topic. My daughter is here. Oh, not Tugs, but Chris. She had said her name, and so I was just like, yeah.
Hey, Krista.
Hey.
Yeah. Eat the Magic lives 15 minutes away. Probably would go later in the day if we can secure a reservation. Please let us know. I would love to see some of your photos. If you post them on Twitter, we'll retweet them.
Yeah, heck yeah. Tag me.
Golly, what's going on? So yeah, so Tugs brought up I'm the best, but I've never taken her to Disney World.
He's a terrible dad. Don't stroke his ego like that, girl.
So the she made me lose my track of. So what Walt Disney is doing now, if you don't know, is that I have an annual pass, Tugs has an annual pass, Lee has an annual pass that gets us to multiple parks throughout the day. Basically saying, if you don't know what that means, is we can go to Magic Kingdom for 2 hours and head over to Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and watch the fireworks at night and call it like that's park hopping. That's what we do. That's the name of the channel, because we could park hop to all these channels. And also living in Orlando, that we have annual passes to every theme park. Me and Lee can park hop. We can go to Universal for breakfast, ride the Hulk ride, then just take a little stroll down to Disney World and Epcot and take the Soarin' ride and go all over the world. And if we feel like it, we'll head on down to Legoland and watch their Lego brick fireworks at the end of the day. You know what, dude? One day we should do that. We should see if we could visit all the parks in one day and do one ride. One ride.
Tour of Orlando parks.
We can start with Legoland, do a ride, then get in the car, head on out. We got to hit all 4 Disney parks, do a ride, then end at Universal at the end of the day.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be quite a challenge, wouldn't it?
You could do it.
You could totally do it. Right now is the time to do it once everything opens.
Well, they close early. That's the problem, right? We have to wait. Yeah. Like Magic Kingdom is usually open till midnight. So, like that would be the last park to do it in because of the time. Boy, that would be a crazy adventure.
Crazy. I kind of want to participate in this adventure.
We could film, we could vlog the whole thing, and that would probably get 1 million views. We're going to visit not one. We're going to visit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parks in one day and ride a ride in each park.
You can do it.
Legoland, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, Universal Studios, and Islands of Adventure. 7 parks in one day to ride a ride. I don't think anyone's ever done that.
Look at Eat the Magic.
We're going to be the first.
That happens a lot on the California side.
We said we knew someone who did not. What's USH?
Universal Studios Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Universal Studios, Magic Mountain, and
what's Magic
both Disney parks. That's Wally World.
Is it really?
Yeah, that is Wally World. That is the location of that. It's a Six Flags park. It has the highest amount of it has the most roller coasters in any theme park. The second is Cedar Point.
So that's impressive.
But Cedar Point will soon overtake Magic Mountain once again. But it's still a worthwhile theme park to visit.
That's an.
It has been done. It has been done. What I just said, Porkins on the East Coast here.
I think it has at some point.
We got to add something to it then.
Yeah,
we need to find an 8.
I was actually looking for videos. I've seen people that have visited Universal, but I don't remember them throwing in Legoland.
That's all right. We'll just head over to Tampa and go to Busch Gardens.
There you go. Eat the Magics is what he's saying is actually pretty impressive because California the traffic is awful and it takes you almost 2 hours to get from Universal Studios Hollywood.
Don't remind me. I was very close. I was very close to Universal Hollywood, and I still can't even go to any of the other parks. So I have the only advantage of just if I had the season passes of all these parks and the money to do this, I would totally do it. I would totally try it because Universal Studios is very close to me. But no. You can't. It's not an easy task. You have to end it at Disney.
But let me tell you something. Every time I've seen multiple videos, and each one has almost 1 million views of people who have went to Galaxy's Edge, flown the Millennium Falcon, got on a plane and flew all the way to California, and went to that Galaxy's Edge and waited in line and flew the Falcon, and they recorded it. So they visited both parks in one. They did it in one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they start in Orlando?
I'm sitting there watching, going. I mean, they're running. Okay. They're booking. They're
they have to start in Orlando, because the time difference.
Yeah, because the time.
They started in Orlando and then they went back. And then one dude did California, and he ended in Orlando right before it closed, and he had it. So
that one dude is a legend. I have it's easy to go from Florida to California. Who cares about that? No, I want to see the other way around. I want to see that video.
Dude, this video could get tons of views. Anyway, I'm just saying.
If you're just doing it for views, you're doing it for the wrong reason. But if you're doing it to accomplish something in order to say hey, you can do this in this period of time. If you're a pass holder, then you got all the right reasons to do it.
If I happen to be there.
Justin, if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
I agree.
Yeah, Tugs, if you're here, we're
going to do it.
We'll make it happen.
I'm so down.
I would need the next 2 days off because I would be exhausted. I would be exhausted.
On an exciting
it would cost me way too much money to do this.
So we brought up it actually wouldn't cost me and Lee just gas money, honestly. Yeah. So the reason we brought that point up is because when you make your reservations at Disney, same thing at Disneyland, from what I'm reading, they're just going to let you pick a park. Mm-hmm. So once Disneyland is full, or once Magic Kingdom theme park is full, the next one is Animal Kingdom.
I vote for Animal.
So that will be.
So when they open, that goes for anybody. They're not going to say if you have this type of annual pass, you can still hop. No. That goes for everybody.
It's rumors right now. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but there's been a lot of the rumors from certain blogs we follow that have come out true, so I have no reason to doubt it. But when reservations open, whether you're an annual pass holder, whether you have a hotel reservation, whoever they decide to do first, you have to choose either Animal Kingdom or Magic Kingdom for July 11th. You can't do both, is the rumor. And then if you can get in for July 12th, then you can choose the other park or the same park, but you can't park hop. So you have to decide.
So they're anticipating massive crowds.
Yeah. Well, and I think that the park hopping thing too is also probably not only crowds, but I think they're also looking at it as reducing contamination, which is silly. Yeah, but whatever.
If you had to pick between Disneyland, thank you, Steph, so much for modding. You're such a treasure to this channel. Also, Tina, I want to get to your comment just a second. If you had to pick between Disneyland and California Adventure, which one would you like to go to?
Disneyland.
Disneyland's much better than California Adventure.
Yeah. Well, it depends on. I personally like Disneyland better just because there's more rides over there that I like. But if you're looking for a park that will have less crowds in general, California Adventure is very rarely busy. So it depends on the group I'm with too. But me personally, if I was going just by myself, I'd pick Disneyland over California Adventure.
Okay. I've never been to either, so I wouldn't know what. Justin, Lee?
I think I'm going to agree with Eat the Magic. If you're looking for food, stuff like that, you got to head over to California Adventure. But for the rides, there's a lot of history at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Walt Disney World is my home park.
You have to choose.
You have to choose.
I have to. We have to choose between Disneyland and California Adventure.
Yeah.
Okay.
For opening day.
Where's Radiator Springs? That's in California Adventure, right? I think I'm going to California Adventure.
Here's a buffer. Eat the Magic. Your foodies are good for California Adventure. However, if you go into Disneyland and you come out of it, you can also, as a foodie, get a lot at Downtown Disney. So that's 2 birds, 1 stone. I'm just saying.
Do I got to be the tiebreaker for this?
Yes.
If you're gonna go opening day, well, I think most people are gonna go for Disneyland.
Probably true.
Most people are gonna go for Disneyland. So if you don't want the crowds, you want to go to DCA. You want to go to DCA, and not only that, but well, actually, you know what? Minus a point because the Hollywood Tower of Terror doesn't exist there anymore. So go to Disneyland.
Boom,
go to Disneyland.
They changed it to
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Boo. Boo.
Boo.
I haven't done that.
Though.
No. Terrible.
I haven't done Guardians of the Galaxy.
Awful.
You haven't been on it, Lee?
Since they've changed it to Guardians of the Galaxy, I have not.
I heard it's good.
All right. Hold on. Time out. The next time you're able to come down there, not only do you have to ride Guardians, but you have to plan your trip to go during like the fall, like Halloween-ish, because they change it at night. So you have Guardians of the Galaxy ride during the day, and then you have Guardians Monsters After Dark at night, and it's 2 completely different rides, and it's amazing.
Okay, so you're hyping up California Adventure, but yet you pick Disneyland.
It's so good.
So, are you changing your answer?
No.
You're still going to go to Disneyland when it opens?
Yeah.
Okay.
She changed her answer, but she's like, strong women.
I'm strong women. No, opening day, I'm going to Disneyland. In October, for my birthday, I'm going to freaking Guardians ride.
Oh, okay. I got it.
So, I'm going to call out a few rides. All right. Well, tell me where they're at. Where's Indiana Jones?
Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where's Soarin'?
California Adventure.
All right. You said Guardians of the Galaxy. This is in California Adventure.
Yes.
I know Matterhorn's in Disneyland.
Yes.
Radiator Springs is California Adventure. Yes. What are the other big names that I'm missing?
Big Thunder is Disneyland. Haunted Mansion is Disneyland. Pirates
Get
is
all
Disneyland.
those at Disney World.
Is Disneyland. Jungle Cruise is Disneyland.
Disney World.
What else
I
am I
get all
thinking?
those.
Matterhorn, Disneyland. Buzz Lightyear, Disneyland. Star Tours, Disneyland. If you're into the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which is now Finding Nemo, also Disneyland, but it stresses me out and I can't write it.
Really?
I can't. It freaks me out. I can't.
They still have 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, but it's
Finding Nemo now. Yeah.
My dad has very fond memories of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea when he visited Walt Disney World.
Yeah, and then that's
when he was like an 8-year-old. That's so crazy.
We need to have a show just on Disneyland against Disney World.
Oh, that's an easy one.
It is not
Disney World.
The Incredicoaster. I've not ridden the Incredicoaster yet. I rode it when it was California Screamin', which I loved because Neil Patrick Harris was your narrator.
I have no idea what y'all are talking about.
It's a roller coaster, Jay. Actually, I really like that roller coaster.
Yeah, it's like the one roller coaster in DCA, and it's apparently like the one
when y'all say
like
DCA,
big attraction. DCA is Disney California Adventure. Jeremy texted that. He's like, "Oh, we're at DCA," because I was changing out of a suit because I was proper Jeremy at the time, and I was trying to impress him or something. I was trying to I don't know. It was a big thing, and this was like in late 2018. So when he with the there's going to be a Geeks and Gamers fan meetup or whatever. I dressed up in a suit and said like, "Hi, I'm proper Jeremy, regular Jeremy. How are you? Nice to meet you." Something like that. Something ridiculous like that. He'll tell you the story. Anyways, that's the Incredicoaster is like the only roller coaster, and it's also why if you've been to Cedar Point or Kings Island, all of those roller coasters at the Disney parks, they pale in comparison. They are nothing. They are nothing. But the theme is what keeps people there.
So Teacher Loves Disney. I think you're new, and that's fantastic. Thank you for being with us. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before, but it looks like you booked for. I didn't know they even opened up their booking, so that's fantastic. Good for you.
Awesome.
That awesome work for you.
Sorry.
Tina threw in the Guinness Book of World Record challenge, basically saying somebody took 75 hours to visit all the Disney parks around the world.
That's crazy.
There's Shanghai. There's Hong Kong.
Challenge accepted if we ever make enough money. Paris. But anyway, so.
Wait, I have a question. Teacher Loves Disney. If you are comfortable with it, may I ask what your nightly rate was? Have you stayed there before? Is it higher than normal? Is it average? Is it lower than normal? Did you get a package deal? I have questions.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Questions, honestly. Also, on a little bit of interesting news, Disney Springs today opened a bunch of shops and restaurants that were not previously announced, like the candy store and a couple of others.
Hangar Bar?
Hold on. Wait. So I went to Hangar Bar. No, I went to Disney Springs, and I'm looking at like Raglan Road opened today. The candy store opened today. There was a couple of others that they were not announced, but they randomly were like, "Hey, we're open today." I went to DisneySprings.com, and Hangar Bar says closed all the way through Sunday, June 14th, where then it says its hours are 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. So I have no idea.
11 a.m. They just threw that up there.
I have no idea. I don't know if that means they're projected to open that day, and that's why their hours are still there.
Nathan, we just left. Where did you guys leave? Teacher Loves Disney says he stayed many times, and the rate is the same.
Awesome.
Cool. So that's awesome. Yeah, you just left Disney Springs, Nathan, Tara. It looks like me and Lee, depending on the weather, will be at Universal Studios after our 4:00, so we could use some fast passes on our tomorrow and just kind of hang out.
Send me all the videos and pictures, please, so I can post them.
Yeah, we'll figure
of the crowd, not of you guys. I mean, if you want to, but of the crowd.
Now, did they open up the special parking for you, Lee?
Did you go through the annual pass parking?
No.
Not yet. Okay. But there really wasn't that many people there anyway.
So you're talking about when I went on Sunday, right? So the parking was the worst of it. I had to wait longer to get to the parking booth than any of the rides, just because they only had a few booths open, so there was a line of cars there to get in. But yeah, I mean, it was really nothing.
Yeah, teacher says I live. Oh, you don't live far from the Disneyland Resort? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Catella is great. So do you have Disneyland Drive, and then you have Catella? It runs not like across almost those two roads. So Catella is where all of the Disney approved hotels are. There's a Holiday Inn there. There's a Castle Hotel that I can never remember the name of. Candy Cane Inn is on Catella. That's like where all the Disney partner hotels are. So that's great. That's a great street. Well done.
Now I will say, for Florida, we did have kind of like a tropical storm that could have also deterred people.
Yeah.
My weather here has been horrible. It just now let up, so I'm surprised my internet is still on. I don't know about Lee's, but it's been pretty bad.
No, it's been bad.
Tomorrow they're calling for more rain, but it's just like the bands from the tropical storm that hit land up north Florida. So, you know, it is what it is. But we'll see how it looks tomorrow. So far, Teacher Loves Disney been all, I live here in Florida. They have done everything excellent as far as keeping us, in my opinion. That was the thing that taught us when we went to Legoland, having them stop the rides every so often for 30 minutes to scrub them down and then scrub them in between rides. I think Legoland did a lot more than Universal Studios did as far as wiping down the rides from what I saw. So do you agree with that, Tugs?
Yeah, I do. I was actually, what's funny is I was talking about this in a Facebook group I'm in for my running buddies. They were talking about wiping down rides and everything. And I said, Universal that I saw did not wipe down a single ride that we could see anyway. Whereas Legoland actually stopped rides and would wipe it down in plain view. But that Transformers car we were in obviously had just been cleaned. So I don't know if they pull them off and they just do it off so people can't see it or what. But honestly, I felt safe anyway because they make you put hand sanitizer before you get on the ride. So whatever germs you had are killed, and then you sit on the ride and they're gone anyway. So it doesn't, cleaning down the ride after every use doesn't.
Now that was the crazy thing, was no matter where we walked, it was put your hand out. Yeah. Put your hand out. Before every ride, put your hand out. Before you eat, put your hand out. I mean, they were just like...
That could be a rap song at this point.
Put your hand out.
Don't touch, put your hand out and... never mind.
Don't touch anything.
Yeah. That's it. Everything is a no-no square. So that's how that goes. So it will be interesting. I do feel that all these precautions, and just like what Teacher says, Teacher Loves Disney said, a little fear of catching, a fear of catching what's been going on, because can't really say it on YouTube, and all the precautions. I know a lot of people in our comments section, they always saying, I'm not going anywhere until I don't have to wear the mask anymore.
Oh no.
There's a lot of that in our comments. I mean, I'm just saying. So, what?
No, you froze for like a good 2 seconds.
Frozen Jay.
I'm frozen again.
Now. No, you're fine now.
Wow.
You melted.
Wonderful, just wonderful. And just let me know.
Yeah.
Maybe I should turn it on the other. All right, there we go.
All right. Yeah. Got some questions.
No, what I'm saying is all those precautions are keeping people like away. So we'll see.
And with Cedar Point and Kings Island, what I mentioned in the video, which you can check out, what's very interesting about that is that they're having these, whatchamacallits, if I can bring that up real quick, they are not on here, but they're having these like weird sort of health screenings or something like that.
Oh,
if I could just Let me see. Okay. So it's a requirement to have a pre-visit health screening declaration 24 hours prior to admission, which is very, you don't have to have any of that in the Orlando parks. Like you can just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they do the heat check.
Yep.
And lightning's been like, I can hear. I'm surprised you can't hear it on the mic. Like lightning's been striking close to the house.
Okay.
So I'm like,
do you see Tina's comment, Jay? Her question.
Who? Tina
says Legoland. Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna go with personally Universal Studios because the wiping down of services at Legoland provided way too long of a wait time. Way too long. They literally shut rides down. Oh, we'll reopen this in 30 minutes. We'll reopen this in 40 minutes. Oh, we're going to do this.
Her question might be about effective as far as being clean.
Honestly, if you have hand sanitizer, if you walk up and you're dirty and you walk up to a hand sanitizer and you sanitize your hands like you're supposed to, and then you sit on the ride, then it's cleanliness is the same. I think, in my personal opinion. We're all wearing masks. You don't have to worry about that.
I actually I agree with Tugs. I prefer the hand sanitizer because I have no idea what they're spraying all around us at Legoland all the time. True. And literally they came up and had us move out of the way and they sprayed the handrails. Mm-hmm. They were spraying the rides. So they were spraying the rides and sending them through without anybody on. And so...
Yeah, but how do you know what they're squirting in your hands?
Well, it was like the generic stuff that you buy at Walmart. Wasn't that the same thing?
You can see the bottle. The bottle they had at on the rides was the green, and I told this to my coworkers, and one of my coworkers is actually allergic to aloe, so he's gonna have to figure that out. I said it was the green. It looked like the green sanitizer that has the aloe vera to keep your hands from cracking. On the rides, now the ones that you walk around and do yourself are that boring basic gray container with the sticky stuff, but the ones they did on the rides by Steph are that nice green, not so harsh smelling. It's that aloe stuff that I can't think of the brand name, but you've seen it before. Everybody has seen it's common. You've seen it before, but you didn't have to worry about extended wait times with that. And if you use the hand sanitizer and you get on the ride, you don't have to worry. It's the same to me, personally.
But you're talking about just cleaning hands. Mm-hmm. So suppose somebody gets on the ride and hacks and coughs all over the rails.
But that's what the mask is for.
Listen, Jay took his mask off on every ride, even though he wasn't supposed to. So.
You dirty bug!
Saying.
You dirty bug!
I'm just saying.
Dirty what?
Trying to get me banned. Nathan asked if SeaWorld's making mask mandatory. Yeah, that's the state of Florida.
Yes.
That's the phase 2 state of Florida. So it's that is the theme park guidelines.
So phase 3 is no masks, or what's phase 3?
Maybe.
I think so. And relaxed social distancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
but which is weird because
how do you know what's on everybody's face?
What's weird is we go to Legoland and the first thing they say to us is, you can take the mask off if you like.
Yeah.
But Legoland is technically not in Orlando. So it's not in Orange County. It's right on the outskirts there. So they're under a different community guideline, I guess. So
and you can take the mask off there?
Yeah, they're not mandatory at Legoland.
Employees are mandatory to wear the mask.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's what we saw, a different guideline. We saw Legoland doing a lot of scrubbing. We saw Universal doing a lot of hand sanitizer and masks. So I guess it's different in different areas. So the big thing will be, the thing that was interesting about Disney had portable wash stations like every, I don't know, like every 50 yards, maybe, like all over the place. So you just basically walk up and you step on a button and you wash your hands like constantly. So all that stuff it's interesting.
Yeah.
Now we did ask, and we're going to end the live stream here unless you guys have anything else you'd like to say, but we did ask about Halloween Horror Nights, and they said it wasn't canceled, but we don't have anything else on.
Yeah.
So
you can kiss social distancing to bed if it's when it comes to Halloween Horror Nights, if that's going to work. You can't socially.
Yeah, but Justin, when you come to a theme park, when we were in line for the Harry Potter ride at at Universal, the bank
Escape from Gringotts.
Yeah. There, you can forget about social. Right outside the ride, there was just a big group of people.
We bottled.
They were confused. They didn't know how to get on the ride. People were trying to explain you need to use the app. People had to go put their bags in the locker tugs. People had to do all these things, so we were waiting on people. Yeah. And it wasn't until we got into the line that people were trying to look at the social distancing markers, which still is weird because the lines go like this. So it's like you're still standing next to them, even though it's space. So they're just following the guidelines that they were given to them. So it's just kind of like, it's just kind of like, okay. And then when you go to eat, there was everything's kind of spaced out. Where did we eat lunch at? We ate at Simpsons Land, right?
That was terrible. Yeah.
The ordering food is where I'm probably gonna get kicked out of Cedar Point or Kings Island because of it, because I'm just used to being, scrunched up, with people, just going all right, when's the next time I'm going to get on the ride? When am I going to get on the ride?
It's habit. Yep. I did it. Lee a couple of times was like, touch. I'm like, oh shoot, sorry. I wasn't the only one. There were people and there's the way that some of the stickers on the ground with Universal are, you think you're 6 feet away, but then you're not, because there's a couple of extra stickers that are in between the other two stickers, and you're kind of like, where do I stand? There were a couple of parts where a few of us kind of accidentally were on top of each other like normal, but everybody was nice, and there were no Karens, so that was nice.
Yeah, I will say that everyone pretty much fought. There was just one kid that took his mat. Remember that one kid? I kept saying, I kept being the Karen, like, hey man, put your mask on. He didn't hear me because I kind of didn't speak directly at him, but it was just kind of making a joke. I will say this though, we all agreed that there were certain instances with the social distancing actually gave us a better experience at the park, such as the Hogwarts Express. I thought was great because of the social distancing. There was they weren't in some of the food places, they weren't cramming you on top of everyone, which was really nice. So that was really cool.
And if they think about it, if they push social distancing for Halloween Horror Nights, when you go through those mazes, I mean, it's like back to back to back, single file line tight.
You get the whole house
like 2 or 3 at a time.
Can you just imagine someone like really far back? It's just like, and you're like,
but if you're going and you're through, man, it's going to be a much better.
Someone experience. Like all the way to where the C-3PO poster is just screaming at you, and you're just like, what the heck's wrong with you, C-3PO?
But they'll use animatronics, which is pretty decent. So
wait, at the Halloween Horror Nights?
Yeah, they've used animatronics before.
And
like spring out at you and stuff.
It is, cool. Florida's Halloween Horror Nights, Justin, Florida's Halloween Horror Nights are completely different than California's Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh yeah, because California, I will say, the one time that I went to the Halloween Horror Nights, it was amazing. There were the one thing that I was afraid of with any sort of like horror maze was chainsaws. Chainsaws scared me to death. Because if they catch up to you, then you can no longer run. Let's just put it that way. I've seen enough horror movies to learn that. And when there's a bunch of Chuckies with a bunch of chainsaws, and when you get separated from your 15-person group by a tram, you learn to kind of get through that. But I was screaming so much. I was running so much, but you can't do that. You can't do that unless the chainsaw is a 6 foot distance. There's going to be a lot more chainsaws. Let's just put it that way.
They're not gonna be able to touch you, which I'm personally okay with because that's what gets me. I don't like being touched. So.
Well, I mean, I don't think being touched. I think that was I mean that's supposed to be a rule. That's supposed to be a rule with these mazes. I'm sorry, but that's supposed to be a rule. Yeah. They're not supposed to touch you.
So we're gonna end because that's a whole nother live stream.
Yeah,
and I'm the one who brought it up, so that's on me. It just shows how passionate we are about all these theme park stuff. There is actually a haunted house in Orlando that you have to sign a waiver. You do get touched, but they promise it's back, legs, arms only. So yeah, it's really intense, and you have to be over 21 to attend it. So it is seriously intense. It is seriously intense that I won't even do. So there.
Is it still going on?
Yeah, every year. It's called like Horror X or something like that. It's like
I will fly down to Orlando just to do that with you.
It's really you ride in a hay, like you ride through a hay farm or something. So you ride through a cornfield on the back of a wagon.
Yep, I'm out.
And then the zombies come out, and there's literally you don't know where to go, so you scatter. And then eventually they'll funnel you into where you need to go. And they actually have people planted that they rough up in front of you, and like people that don't understand that, they freak out. Like, you can't touch me like that. Anyway, so
show me the corn. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm good. Anyway, thank you so much for.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I will fly down to Orlando just to do it with you, and Lee, and Tugs. If you want to come. Let's do it.
Sure, but you're gonna have to hold my hand.
Thank you so much for hanging out. Get your Park Hoppin merch at the Geeks and Gamers website. That's all we have today. These live streams, unfortunately, will be unlisted, but they will be over at the Geeks and Gamers live channel. So thank you guys for hanging out. We might have a live stream Saturday. Again, we'll probably be at the parks. And so we'll see what we can do from them. Maybe we'll live stream from the park on Saturday. I'll set up the camera. We'll just sit down somewhere and just have a little 30-40 minute powwow or do a car video or something like that. So we'll figure all that stuff out. Thank you guys for hanging out. I know we don't normally go on this late time because everybody else is live streaming. So don't forget, if you're going to be at Universal, come check us out. We will put our schedule on our Twitter, Park Hoppin Twitter. So follow us there if you want, and we'll let you know where we're going to be at. And soon, once all this opening stuff and everything is all past us, again, we'd love to have guests on, such as Eat the Magic, such as Nate, such as a few others. So it's going to be fantastic. Everyone say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.